Vanquish is a 2010 action-adventure game created by Platinum Games, the studio behind Bayonetta, Transformers Devastation, and Mad World. One of the final games created with the help of Shinji Mikami, the legendary mind behind Evil Within and Resident Evil. Going into this, I can't say I knew that the game came out in 2010 because it really feels like a 2015 or later game, but that's just a testament to how well the game has aged. Vanquish is a third-person adventure where you control Sam Gideon, a DARPA operative armed with the augmented reaction suit. In this game, if you take a lot of damage, the suit will automatically react, slowing time and allowing you to escape or eliminate the threat. You also have the ability to use thrusters to move faster as long as there is energy in the suit. You can also manually activate the slow down time feature while aiming and sliding. The biggest drawback of this power is if you abuse it or use it for too long, it causes the suit to overheat, leaving you in danger of getting killed and having no mobility. It is a big game mechanic, but can also be extremely frustrating with how quickly it runs out. Your health also seems to drain extremely fast, even on lower difficulties, so the suit automatically activates the slow-mo, which can throw you off. While in the state, you can barely move, and it can't be turned off. But when it eventually does end, you are left with no energy in the suit. So you are immediately left extremely vulnerable, which could be obnoxious if you were dropped in the middle of enemies. The game is also very iffy on the level of your health and how much damage you can take. And even on easier difficulties, you can't charge into battle and you will get overwhelmed very easily. I feel like this really removes the feel of a badass battle suit because you still die in a few hits, which is definitely quite annoying. The thrusters really do help in battles, but in moving from place to place. But once again, being outside of battles, they have a limit, and you can't use it for too long or you'll be left with nothing. In most other games outside of battles, restraints usually are taken away and are only there to give you a handicap in battle so that you don't feel too overpowered and you have some level of failsafe. Like some games like Dark Souls where you have a stamina bar, but like the stamina doesn't exist outside of battles. If you're just running from place to place, you can just run infinitely. Or in certain other games where you have limitations in battles that aren't there when you're outside of a battle and are only tapped in to limit you how you can react in a battle. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have that, and even outside of battle, you are still limited by the suit. Which is annoying because your run speed outside of using the thrusters is painfully slow. And if you have no thrusters, you're just skipping around, frolicking through the sunset with absolutely no way to really move. And it's just absolutely infuriating at times. I feel like this should have been removed. I get why they did it, but it honestly doesn't make sense for an outside of combat experience because, like, you can't run. And you literally move at the slowest speed known to man. There are a lot of good moments in the game, though. The cinematically spectacular moments in the CG cutscenes make the game feel like an amazing action movie. And I really do love that level of action that it gives you. The voice acting is also extremely well done, and these games I feel like are all one in a generation, and sometimes I feel like we really lost a part of ourselves when we stopped making games like this. Because unfortunately, we just don't get a lot of games like this, and even though it has a lot of issues, I really did enjoy the game, and I really wish we got more. And just like every other game I seem to be playing nowadays, have no sequels and all set up these killer-ass villains. Even with all the issues the game has, I feel like a sequel would have fixed all of it, but unfortunately, we will never ever see Vanquish come back from the dead, which is unfortunate. But overall, the game is fun, but I have to acknowledge the glaring issues, so I have to give the game a 6 out of 10. Vanquish is playable on PS3 and Xbox 360, but an HD remaster launched for the PS4 and Xbox One. If you enjoyed this review and you want to see more like it, please consider subscribing to the channel. And also, for all your other gaming, movie, and TV show needs, I hope you find all that as well, and I hope you enjoyed the review.